Energy is the ability to do work, the ability to cause motion and change.
Hi, I'm Chris Boden. This is Mark Broker, basically number 2 of the Geek Group.
Chief Engineer.
And this is the Groucho project, which has been headed and pretty much built by Mark Broker. The Groucho project is a Marks bank. It's a prototype for our larger project called Stomper and still in development. A Marks bank is a high energy demonstration that charges off of 120 volts in, stepped up to 9,000 volts here, into rows of 10,000 volt capacitors, and discharges at 100,000 volts across here. You can actually make sparks a lot longer than this, but this is inside with a room of a lot of people, so we want to keep the noise down because this is about like a shotgun going off. The way it works is the 120 volts that comes in from here gets stepped up to 9,000 volts here. This is AC 9,000 volts. It comes into a bridge rectifier here and a protection circuit, and discharges inside the tank. There are 10 rows of 10 capacitors. The capacitors charge up to about 10,000 volts each. The capacitors are charged in parallel so that all the capacitors can individually be charged at 10,000 volts. The charge is carried up into these lines on top in this large spider-looking thing, and what's in here is inside this pipe is a series of spark gaps. It's very important that all the spark gaps be arranged so that they can see each other. The gap on the end is a triggered gap, which is triggered by an off-board electronics package, and when this gap fires, it causes this gap here to fire, and it avalanches on down. The ionization from the first gap triggers the second, triggers the third, and the fourth, and the fifth, and it works down that way. The end result is that the 10,000 volt parallel capacitors, when they're connected by the spark gaps, appear as several series connected capacitors. The spark gaps change the connection from a parallel to a series and give us an output of the series result, the sum of the capacitances, which is 100,000 volts. The sound you're hearing is a discharge of approximately 100,000 volts, about 4 inches long. The sound is actually made in the same way thunder is. You'll notice the sound on this isn't like a Tesla coil. The sound you're hearing here works exactly like thunder and lightning does. I can't build the damn thing, but I know how it works. Chris Boden, this is Mark I'm actually a broadcast professional. Just a wee bit of electricity here. You gotta understand, every time this thing goes bang, some damn thing explodes on it, so I'm a little nervous around this one. Actually not. No! Oh.